Well, it's 14th of April 2026, and the reason I'm making this video is even I don't know why I'm making this video. Lately, I'm not feeling like myself, and suddenly, this thought, this feeling has risen inside my body that ego death. When I first took mushrooms back in 23 or 24, I don't remember, but that was, I believe, 23. That was the most life-changing thing that has ever happened to me. On the same time, it's most scary thing that can happen to any human being is losing their ego, having ego death. Since that day, I do not see the world like a normal human being does. Before that, I had big goals which I followed, which I, gave myself into, like becoming UFC champ. I dedicated years of my life, decades, I would say. But situations happen, things happen that doesn't matter how hard you try. It's just like you're not meant to fit in. Doesn't matter how hard a plant try to grow in desert, he just cannot survive like cactus does, and vice versa. But other than that, the reason I'm making this video is probably I'm just gonna upload it for no reason, and I'm sorry I'm taking 2 minutes of time, but most of these videos, most of the content I post is just for me, my documentary, self-reflection, because I do watch myself, I do revisit my younger self just to see how much I have changed, how much I have grown. Well, yeah, that's it. And yeah, one more thing. Let's talk about main things. After ego death, now you must be thinking, okay, what happens after ego death? How do you change? So how do I change is I just don't see the meaning in life in materialistic things. I have so many friends. Today I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling too happy. I have a little bit of brain fog. I don't know why. So just trying to, I had a walk. It didn't feel like working out. Nowadays I just don't feel like working out. I feel like, but it's something which usually happens when you just take a break from working out. It's a hard thing to do, but it makes you feel great, so nothing to worry about that. Other thing is, I was just asking for suggestions from my friends for something. Suggest me something hard to do or accomplish. Could be anything, maybe 1,000 push-ups a day, or for you could be like running a marathon. But I was like, fuck that. I do have various hard things I can do. What if someone says do 1 lakh push-ups? I'm crazy. But yeah, one more thing. I was asking, like, what are 3 things, what is the meaning of happiness to you? I wanted to ask few questions from my friends, and the first question which popped up was, what is the meaning of happiness to you? And what is something, or what are some things, if you get as a gift, or you just achieve it, you'll be genuinely happy? And the only answers I got from 7 different people was just money. It's like, that's okay, what were you gonna use money for? Buy this, buy that, blah blah blah. Bro, What if you have all the money in the world but you're on fucking Mars? What are you gonna buy that? Then they're like, blah blah blah. So senseless. I thought someone gonna give me a great answer like I would like maybe a great book that will help me discover myself, or maybe a good pair of headphones in which I can enjoy music or listen to my favorite artists, listen to my favorite audiobook, something like that. But I did not get that answer. The only thing I heard was money, 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 bro. Money is nothing. Also, I have had this, misconception that we don't need money. I stopped chasing money back in 2025, and I went through hell of debt in that period because I just gave up on the job. I had earnings, I had savings, like $5,000-6,000, and through which I somehow survived doing a little bit of part-time work so I can just focus on the MMA training. I gave up my 100K job, and situations just ended me up in the rabbit hole, which did not end well for me. Even after a point, I asked if I could just get free trading, but I was rejected. Not just one time, many times. So I took some debt and I started training. I thought I'm gonna make some fights, and once that's done, I'll just transition into a pro athlete. And but situations turned out pretty weird for me. Soon my work visa expired and it was not getting extended. Other than that, I was not getting any job. I know it's not necessary to get a job, but on the same time, because we live in this materialistic world, and here without money you're nothing, until unless you just move into some wildlife areas and you're just surviving on food and having shelter of the mother nature. But if you're in cities or anywhere else, you will need money. You just cannot give it up thinking it's Maya. One last tip I would like to give you is get detached from money, but do not ignore it.